Well, guys, here it is, my TFM thesis, trabajo fin de master, whatever you want to call it. This is my PDF version that I turned in today. I do still need to add a title page and some other things, but I talked about my objectives there. I had language objectives and content objectives because this type of unit really focuses on using the language to learn about other types of subjects and, not just being specifically language lessons. I had about, I would say the first 20 or so pages were theory. There you had some pictures of some video games that I showed. That's a little graphic that talks about all my different sessions. And now here with the tables, we get into actually breaking down each of the sessions and their activities and what the objectives were for those. I had 12 sessions that I put together for this unit. And then my bibliography, after all of my theory, all of my explanation of all the stuff, that's a table right there with all of my materials in it. And then we get down to some actual materials that I put together in an appendix. Some conversation questions, we did a lot of those. Recipes, read a lot of those as well. This was about safety in the kitchen, things you should and shouldn't do. We watched a cross-contamination video I found in Spanish, talked about why we shouldn't do that, especially if they're bringing their foods into class. This was some order sheets that they had for one of their restaurant activities. And that's it. Thought that I would upload a little bit about it because I know some of you have heard me talk about it, but you've never actually seen it. And it was definitely a time-consuming project. I learned a ton. After being out of college for several years, it tested my formal academic Spanish. It took a little bit of time for some of that to come back to me and, not to be looking up fancy words like moreover, therefore, every 2 seconds just to sound fancy. Yeah, so all in all, it ended up being about 78 pages. It's not official yet. Like, I submitted the PDF, but I think they're still going to have us add some sort of fancy title page thing. And I'm kind of waiting now on everyone else to fill out their paperwork and get ready for my defense. So I'm going to have to start getting some note cards together with some thoughts on them so that when I'm defending, I have everything I need. And even though I'm nervous, I'll be able to have my thoughts in order to sound, very eloquent, or as eloquent as I can with my non-perfect pronunciation. But hey, it is what it is. And I hope that if my students hear about me doing something like this, that they realize that, they can do things that are difficult too. So it's been a really awesome experience, and I'm really, really happy that it's almost done. And, I feel even more excited about the trip to Spain that I've got coming up. And Tucker knows how excited I am, but he's not so excited that I'm going to be gone. Are you, Tuck? No. Huh. Yeah. So, well, enjoy. Just thought I'd put this together to let you guys know a little bit more about what I've been working on.